My name is Yan Yan. I immigrated to Canada in 2002. And the first few years I worked in the in financial industrial, and I treat Guqin as my hobby, and I did some performance somewhere in concert. And in 2009, I found the book in U of T library. This book is about a book of poetry. It's from the Emperor Qianlong's time, that is several hundred years ago, about the court music, Chinese court music. And that is a very beautiful book related to Chinese traditional Literati culture. This is a music a notation book related to some poetry back to several thousand years ago from Zhou Dynasty. And I want to promote this kind of a culture on the stage and organize an orchestra to do the performance. Since 2009 to 2014, we did Asian Heritage Month performance everywhere in the community, library, some university and colleges to introduce Chinese court music and Chinese Guqin music everywhere. And 2014 and 2015, we did performance, our group did performance into the Parliament Hill to introduce Chinese Asian cultural heritage about Chinese Yayue court music. And since 2015, we organized a cultural center to promote literary culture in city of Maham and city of Toronto, the GTA area. And we got funded by Heritage Canada and city of Maham and the city of Toronto, supported by all the communities in our center. And also we promote so many programs and events to give the community education. Also, we promote Age of Literati Culture Festival, and this is a festival funded by Heritage as well. And we start to do this work and very successfully to promote any kind of lifestyle of literati. Guqin instrument is the only one ancient time Chinese literati's instrument. Nowadays we can see the Guqin have 7 strings, 13 hui, the dots. So we will see the instruments are very special. Back to several thousand years ago, the ancient time our ancestors is a Fuxi. Fuxi, he create Guqin instrument, also the Bagua Yin and Yang series, and we call Chinese people is dragon people. So those dragon people, they love the dragon's head and the phoenix hat and the tail, and also Guqin's shape looks like people from head, neck, shoulder, body, and the waist and the legs. So we will see Guqin's strings, 7 strings on top of the mountain, we call the mountain, and also locked by the silk locker, and then lock we call it goose. This is goose feet. So we will see the hole here to make sound louder. So we will see this locker from the back. Guqin instrument in cultural background is belong to top of the literati's arts. We include qin, qi, shu, hua. That means qin, go, calligraphy, and painting. So you will see the painting here with calligraphy, company with the seals, and it's a Literati's arts. So let's see back to the history of Guqin. Guqin belongs to the court music since it was created for connection of the universe energy from our ancestors from the universe. And it's very special because the vibration we call it 12平均律, we call it 12 even theory for this music, and it's also shared by 编钟. 编钟 is the bells, hundreds of the bells put on the frame to lock, to make the music for the court music, and accompanied with the string music by Guqin and other flute music by bamboos, wood, and other instrument materials. And all this music is create the connection with the ancestors and ourselves with the universal energy. And we call Chinese literary culture the Qi arts. So that's why we call Guqin is a Qi arts and music. So from Xizhou, we have the book of poetry, singing lyrics with Guqin, accompanied with the Guqin music. And later on in Han Dynasty, we have Feng Qiu Huang, whatever, Chang Menfu, and other so many pieces. The lyrics accompanied with Guqin music. And after that, in Tang Dynasty, Song Dynasty, so many poets, they are composers and they're players, they are singers, they are writers, contribute their talents and the energy into Guqin culture, literary culture. Later on, we create some Kunqu music, Kunqu operas. Also, they are the heritage of Guqin music and the Song Dynasty's lyric and Tang Dynasty poem. All these things, nowadays we can see so many of the Guqin pieces of music, listen to them, and we know about the lifestyle of Literati's culture. Guqin company with the Literati's lyrics since more than 3,000 years ago. In Xizhou, that is the West Zhou Dynasty, we see the book of poetry with 300 pieces of music and poems. They are accompanied with the Guqin music and other court music instruments to show how to continue the education for people. For example, like Li and Yue. Li means the ceremony. Yue means music. For education, for all this, the system for Literati's education system. So we will see a lot of poems performance at that time for different ceremonies and different, we call it pray for the ancestors. Some piece of spoke of poetry music accompanied with the lyrics. We see the 4 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4 characters for each sentence. Like a 诗经鹿鸣小雅, we say 悠悠鹿鸣是夜之平, something like that. But in Han Dynasty, after about 1,000 years later, this kind of lyrics plus Guqin music changed their performance from the court music into the Literati's lifestyle. They accompany with their own singing with music at home, and they can sing some songs for showing their love. For example, like in Han Dynasty, a famous poet named Sima Xiangru sing a beautiful song to his beloved. ，And after that, in Jin Dynasty, we have a very famous, beautiful poet. His name is Tao Yuanming. He liked to show his love to the nature, his love to the family and his farmland through his poem, and also he composed the music and sing songs accompanied with Guqin music. When he show his emotions, so happy, and he used fan yin melodies to show his happiness. So, in Tang Dynasty and Song Dynasty, we have more than 10,000 famous poets and so many pieces of artworks and masterpieces to show in that period of time, full of the literaries. We will see a lot of beautiful poems. For example, the love between the friendship. We have a piece of music like Yang Guan San Die. Yang Guan San Die is previously from Tang Dynasty, maybe before it's Yin Zhou Qu. So it's from the poem, the composer is Wang Wei, and he sent his friend to Yangguan, the gate of Yangguan, west of China, to be the officer. So he showed his emotions in the springtime. I show one piece of it. in Song Dynasty, so many people they use longer sentence like more than 5-7 characters and 3 characters, whatever they use to show their emotions, their thoughts, their philosophies in their poem. We call it song lyrics, and so many people singing with song lyrics still today are very popular. But at the same period of time, so many composers, they composed music, Guqin music, a part of lyrics. They change into the music only style. So there's a piece of music very, very popular in Song Dynasty and afterward Ming Dynasty, called 平沙落雁, the landing goose. So just I show one piece of it. So this is a very famous piece talking about the goose. They have very commonly social lifestyle, and also they are very strong, they're brave to help each other. It seems like an ideal society for human beings. And also the goose, they have the habitat in north and south. Each year they move in grand, and they help to each other, especially younger and older geese, to fly together as a team. So this seems like people love this kind of love, this harmonic society, and we enjoy this time. So it sounds like later Ruja, the Confucius system, the idea or coexist idea for human beings. So this is a very popular piece. Later on, also they have some pieces to show people they love their country. They love to stand up to guide their own country, especially after Song Dynasty was invaded by Mongolian invader. They show their love in the piece of music. This piece we call the 潇湘水云. Xiao and Xiao is the river's name. When you see the rivers, clouds on top of the lake, top of the river, they have their emotions to show their love to their own country. This piece is very long. In part of the music, they show their very strong emotions to love the country and very high temperature. 他就把这个情绪表达出来，有一个很强烈的这种对国破家亡的愤慨和伤心这种悲伤的情绪在里面。这是一个很经典的，我们文学上讲的叫借景抒情就是音乐上也有这种寓情于景寓情于景的这么一个过程。那么 么在艺术表达上来，这个曲子是南宋的一个大的作曲家叫郭楚望作曲的。那么他不仅做了这样的曲子啊，和他同时期的好几位作曲家都做了很伟大的中国的音乐。那么在我们今天呢，还能够听得到这样的音乐呢，只是在古琴曲里面保留下来了。所以，这也是我们觉得自己也是一个很自豪吧，就是能够把这些音乐能够重新带回到我们现实生活当中来，因为毕竟是将近1000年，几千年前的音乐，能够把它表达出来，确实是一个非常很开心的一件事情。